Oh, can you everyone hear me now? Oh, good morning everyone. Whoa, what a interesting time this can be. Right, so I'll just quickly go through the I'll just go to there and then I'll go to there and we'll get it all started. Oh my goodness. Right. Right, good morning everyone. Welcome to the show that goes wrong but in training format. Right. Excellent. I've completely lost what I'm going to do now. As per usual, string stuff for some reason always messes up. I always boomer it, so it doesn't matter. Let's just get on with it. Right, so quickly, the quick talk I was going to do. I hope everyone's had a good weekend, by the way. The quick talk is about hydration, drinking. Are you drinking enough? Right, I've done this before. You should be drinking a minimum of 2 litres a day, 3 litres if you're actually working out. So I'm not going to go over that, but are you still drinking enough, even if you're drinking 2 or 3 litres? It's something that's been pondering on my mind quite a lot recently, and I've been doing a little bit of experimentation, a little bit reading on it, so it's a little bit of both of my analysis and also what I've been reading. But what I've noticed is, if you drink 2 litres in the morning, will you be hydrated all day? I think you already know the answer to that. The answer is no. No, what happens is it goes into your body, it gets processed quickly, and the extraneous stuff is just weed out. That's why your urine goes clear, because it's actually quite a nice clear liquid. You need to keep up your hydration throughout the day. There are some bottles you can get. I haven't got a bottle here, but let's just take this one for example. It's got the measurements there. It'll say drink that much by that time, that much by that time, that much by that time. Oh, sorry, it'll go downwards. It'll give you a number of what time to actually drink something by. Why does that happen? Well, what happens is you're taking in the water. It can only your body can only take in a certain amount of water at a time. You've probably read in the papers or seen in the news, especially a couple of years back, that one lady drank 2 litres of water and then ended up drowning. Well, she didn't drown, she didn't go into her lungs, but it actually went into her body and drowned her liver, and she died. So you can drink too much water at once. It's about how much you can absorb. That's the main thing. You need to absorb as much as you can. So water with a slight bit of sodium chloride in actually gets absorbed into your lower intestine faster, and you get more of it. But when on the way down it makes you thirsty again, so counteractive. Really? So all I want to do is, the takeaway of this is drink throughout the day. Because I drink an awful lot in the morning, especially with these classes, and then progressing through the afternoon, I feel a bit more sluggish. My wee goes darker because I'm sat down doing work. I'm not concentrating, actually keeping myself hydrated. So that's the takeaway of that. Basically, keep yourself hydrated. Try and drink, even if it's only a small cup, every hour, just to keep yourself going. Okay, you will be going to the toilet a lot, so I'm sorry about that. Anyway, so that's all over and done with, I hope. Oh gosh, right, let's rush through everything. Right, okay, so equipment, what we're going to need is, I'm going to go for the alternates at the moment. We've got barbell as an alternate, chair is almost a definite but an alternate, and a step for the last exercise as an alternate as well. So, equipment wise, dumbbells, I've got a mat down there to actually lessen the impact of my barbell, so if you've got weights you can put a mat underneath it, but you don't need it. Water and a band, but this I'm going to show you a way of doing this. For a start, I'm going to quickly show you, because this needs to be sorted out. So, care for a band. Right, I'm going to put it in a bag. Then I'm going to get some baby powder, put some in, close it up, get it all over me, shake it up and get it all over the room. bring it out. Wang it around a little bit, get it all over the place, make your nice black leggings look grey, and it doesn't stick. Doesn't stick together. Brilliant. So the reason why I want to show you that is because the band today, what we need to do is we'll make a loop. So you can either do it, I'm going to show you the Scout way. So I'm going to bend down, so it's right over left and under. So you got it like that, ordinary knot, and then left over right and under. Don't pull the top ones, pull the long ones. So you're making a loop. Okay? If you've got a longer band, you can actually just grab hold of it, wrap it round and through. But with shorter bands, it's best just to do the reef knot because it's nice and tight, and also you can get it undone easier afterwards. Also, if you tie a knot, putting this on will help it actually come undone easier. Now, if you do have, you can have something which it's a make, but people tend to call them this diner bands, where you're actually just a continuous band, and we're going to put them around our legs. So you might need the chair just to sit down, just to put it on. So we'll be going like that. So we're going out and back. So you can actually adjust it as well for however tight you want. The good thing about these is you can double and triple them up, make them a lot harder. So I'm absolutely full of talcum powder now. But right, so I'm going to have a quick drink of water because it's actually really warm today. Oh. Right, so what we're doing next. Can you tell me what I'm doing? I can't remember now. Right, warming up. That's what we're doing. So let's do the warm up. Because we're doing leg day, let's march on the spot. Excellent. High knees. Really gonna try and warm these legs up a little bit because most of the exercises are leg exercises. The first exercise I've actually just put squats. So if you want to do goblet squats, front squat, back squat, hack squat, bodyweight squat, it's up to you. Alright, let's do wider legs. So get those knees pointing out a little bit. It's almost like you've got a nappy on. And that kind of walk through mud. Excellent, good. Right, we're going to go to bum kicks. So try and kick that bottom. Some people put their hands on the bottom so they don't actually kick themselves. But I don't have any problem with that because basically if your calf hits your thigh at the back, it's going to really lessen the impact anyway. Right, I knew it was going to be a disorganised day today because today was the first day my daughter's actually started a paper round, so I took her out. So I couldn't set this up until just beforehand. Right. Excellent. Right, so what we're going to do is we're just going to do some bodyweight squats. Nice and easy. We're going to hips back, feet shoulder width apart. We're going to do 8, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Excellent. Right, let's open and close the gate. So leg across the body, knee up, out and back. Try and go back as far as you can. Try and get your knee really high, really work the under part of your glutes, your hips. 2, 1, and let's swap. Try and face forward at all times. If you need something just to hold on to, you can do. Two, 1, excellent. Just watch march on the spot now. Right, I'm going to take a little bit of extra time showing you different squats you can be doing for this first one. Okay, so I'm going to start at 2 minutes, so I know when I'm actually doing the chapters. Right, so keep on marching on the spot, and I'm going to show you some alternate squats to do. First off, I'm going to do the bodyweight squat, so shoulder width apart, hips back, down, go down as far as you can. If you're having problems, put a chair behind, make sure that you're sitting at first, feet forward, push yourself up, go back. When you feel your bottom touch the chair, stop, go back up. Always make sure the chair is there though. Okay, it's a bodyweight squat, it's down. I know, try and get down to a 90-degree angle. You don't have to. If you can't, work your way down to it. Next one is with dumbbells. You either have them down by the side, so look forward, follow your legs back, so you're down, so you're going towards the middle of your feet. You can. That's just a dumbbell squat. Goblet squat. You can have your dumbbells together, or if you've got a big one, you can cup it like a V, and you go down and you try and slot. It's like you're trying to slot the weight in between your knees. If your knees are going inwards, bring your arms in and go down. So slot those in so it forces your legs out. Granted, when your arms are under like that, you get a little bit of rounding of the shoulder. If you don't want to do it that way, you can always put the dumbbells down in front of you, aiming for the middle of your feet again. That's a bit like a goblet squat. Now the other two are with the barbell. If you've got a barbell, most people one, or you've got a one big weight. So what you can do is get the barbell, bring it up to your chest. I tend to cross my arms, so it's like cross your heart bra. Keep your arms straight, arms out.
3,
sit back
2,
and push up. Right, so if you want to just do bodyweight squats, we'll just do bodyweight squats. That took a long time. So let's just do bodyweight squats for now. We'll start on. My God, there's 2 minutes. I tried to do that really fast. And I've got another class to actually to record after this. Let's hope that goes better. So actually this is a good warm up actually for the other sets. So I will show you the back squat afterwards. So that was the front squat where you put your hands out. You can actually practice it now. Put your hands on your shoulders and bring your elbows up.
Change.
Really forces you back into a nice straight position. Right, we're going to go reverse lunge and twists. I'm going to stand, feet together, looking up and out. We're going to reverse, going to lunge out, hands out the front or hands to the side, and we're going to twist to the side with the knee raised. If you do it the other way, you will find it harder to actually stay balanced. So we're going to go down, twist, up, swap legs, twist. Or you could do it in one action if you want, but you've got to be careful not to twist your back knee. So I like retarding it, so you go into a twist after you've gone down. So you're actually more stable. You can also use the weight as well, if you want. Make sure that knee doesn't impact into the floor.
2, 1, change.
Brilliant, right, squat and side step. So we're going to get down to a squat position, as far as you can. We're just going to step to the side. As far as you can. If you've only got 3 feet, go 3 feet. If you've got 6 feet, go 6 feet. I won't go more than 10 feet.
3, 2, 1.
So remember to keep your hips out.
3.
I like to keep my hands up because that means that my back's straighter, and also it makes you sure that you're looking forward. Excellent. You can have a little bit of bounce in your squat. If you get tired, just come up, rub your legs, get back down again. But make sure that you always put those hips back. Don't want your knees going over your toes. There is a big fad at the moment by people saying that you can actually squat with your knees in front of your toes. Yes, but your knees will degrade faster. Right, we're going to need the bands. So I'm going to use the chair. And you can put the bands over your feet. Feet. Get it nice and tight.
2, 1.
Hands on the back of the chair. Look forward. What we're going to do is to kick back. Kick back with one foot. Keep going. Try and keep it nice and tight at all times. You will feel it under your glutes. Try not to lean over too much. Try and look towards that wall without putting any pressure on the back of your neck. That's it, good. So if you notice in my picture, when my leg goes back completely, that's a straight angle from my heel right to my neck. You'll feel this.
2, 1. Change.
If you don't have a circular band, you could just do the glute kickback. You don't need a band for this. It's more effective. So now what we'll do is we'll do the other leg. So I really wanted to work those glutes, and I really want to work those hips for the next exercise.
3, 2, 1. Exercise 1.5.
Excellent, good. Let's keep it going. So try and do small, nice controlled motions. Try and keep the momentum out of there, otherwise you'll end up bouncing. Ten seconds left. 3, 2, 1. Excellent, good. Keep the band on. So what we're going to do is, again, put the chair in front of you if you need it. I will try and do it without it, even though I will fall over. What I'll do is I'll actually kick to the side. Because what I'm going to do is I'm going to hold on to the side, keep nice and upright. We're going to kick out to the side.
3, 2, 1.
And kick out to the side and back.
6.
If you can get them back to you together, it works your hip a lot better out to the side. So I'm leaning over just ever so slightly because my feet aren't coming back together again. This is hard, isn't it? Because you're using the muscle down there, your hip muscle, your IT band. 5 seconds. 3, 2, 1.
Change.
Excellent, good. And we change that round to the other side. So I'm going to try and get a little bit closer to the chair so I can try and get a better leg out. You don't have to go leg up there. You really don't.
2, 1.
Let's go.
Exercise 1.7.
So at the moment my band's actually going slack. The aim is to try and keep it as tight as possible all the way through, but it's not always possible with these bands, especially when you've created yourself, because you're restricted to how tight it can be. If you've got those dyno bands, you've got multiple ones you can just slip on, throw off. And also how low down the leg is the harder it is. So if it's up there,
3,
it's a lot easier.
2, 1.
So if you're finding that one really, really hard, bring it up a little bit higher. Oh wait up, I've got the wrong exercise system. Won't be a second. I'll put it on 7s instead of 10s. Won't be a second. Really sorry about this again, as I told you, everything's gone to pot today. Right, so that was exercise 8. So we're on change.
Change exercise.
Brilliant, right, we've got circular good mornings. So, band off, and we'll put that behind. And what we're going to do is the hands over your chest. We're not going to have a weight on this one. What we're going to do is we're going to stick our bottom backwards, straight legs. We're going to go round in a circle,
1.
up
Exercise 9.
and back. Keep those elbows up at all times. So try and keep that back nice and straight. Let's go. You can have a little twist of the hips, but what we're doing is we're working your back this time and your hamstrings. So keep those legs straight, but don't lock them out. Have a little bend in the knee. Is it me? There's a time going really quickly.
Three, two, one.
Excellent, good. Right, so what we're going to do now is we're going to do reverse plank leg lifts. So again, working the hamstrings this time. We'll get down on the floor, push ourselves up our bottom, and we're going to lift our legs up, alternating. If you don't want to do that, if you've got bad hands, put your shoulders on the box, and then try and get your legs straight and lift up. Okay, so I'm going to do it an ordinary way. Let's go. Really try and keep those glutes tight. You won't keep an absolute straight line because as soon as you lift up one leg, your bottom will drop down a little bit. Try and stop any kind of rotation though when you're kicking upwards. If you start rotating, just lower your foot down a little bit. Doesn't have to be too high.
3, 2, 1.
Excellent, good water break. I'm glad about that. Wow, everything's going wrong. Woo! It's like last night I went swimming. Lovely and dry over here. Went over to Settle. Hailed. So horrendously strong rain, but it was so much fun. And on the way back, we had to get diverted because there were so many floods in the roads. The rivers were fine. Right, we'll move that back out of the way. How did everyone do? Wow, what a warm day. Very clammy. So I might actually use these this time because you won't get as much motion in them as this one because I've tied this one quite large. Right, we're ready. So we'll go back to just bodyweight squats. If you want to use a weight, you can do. But I think, oh gosh, sorry, water's on the floor. If you spill, wipe up. You don't want to slip and hurt yourself.
2, 1. Exercise.
So bodyweight squats. I think we're doing quite a lot of leg exercises, so bodyweight squats is probably just enough. But if you really want to be She-Ra or He-Man, then you basically use the weight. I hope I'm recording this. Knowing my look today, I won't be. 10 seconds. You might find at the end of the session that your legs are very wobbly. That's fine, just wobble and sit down afterwards. Right, reverse lunge twisting. So remember, twist to whichever knee's at the front. Because if you go the other way, I find that my balance goes off too quickly because you're adjusting the centre of gravity in the wrong direction. So down, twist to the raised knee. Also, I find that you get a better core activation. Also, you don't have to do the lunging walks like this if you're just doing in reverse. It doesn't really matter. There's no difference to walking lunges and static lunges really. It's just the distance you can go.
1. Change exercise.
Brilliant, right. Squatted side steps. I know you enjoyed these last time, so we'll do them again. Oh, epic music for an epic exercise.
2, 1.
Squat down.
Exercise 3.
Let's walk side to side. Try not to take too big a steps. You don't have to take huge steps. You don't have to go out. That really does work your hips, but you're going to have a lot of room. So even if you're on the spot, you can go one to side, other to side, one to side, other to side. I find though going 1, 2, 3, bang into the chair is enough for me actually, because it really does work the hip, I think,
3,
a lot better.
2, 1.
Right, we're going back to the bands, so I'm going to use the small ones. I'm going to go up to, I think I'm going to use just the medium one. So remember, the easier it is, the higher it is up your leg. So your knees is very easy. Mid calf, immediate, and down to your ankles, hard. Actually, this one's quite easy. This band's quite easy by itself, not doing this. Try and keep your abdominals nice and tight. Not pulled in, but nice and tight whilst you're doing this one. That'll stabilise your back. I almost sweating as much as I am. 10 seconds. 3, 2, 1. I will change over. Have a quick drink of water whilst I'm here. That's probably with the ambient, the humidity at the moment, it's quite high.
1. Exercise 5.
Push back. Oh, that's why I got sweatbands. No, just for sure. Yeah, they are. Okay. They are just for sure. Just like my socks. "15 seconds. 5, 3, 2, 1. Excellent. Right, we're going to do lateral leg lifts. I'm going to start with this side going outwards. Let's check it first. That I can actually get a little bit higher actually, which is it's good sometimes. If your band's not as strong, you can actually get a little bit more distance and try and get a better range of motion. Range of motion I mean by going outwards further. So beforehand I was only going up to there, but I'm now actually going to about a 45 degree angle from my body. Oh, even I'm feeling it in my thighs now. How are you? Alright? If you need to sit down, have a sit down. Always remember, don't try and push yourself too hard. So even I'm finding this one a little bit more difficult now.
1.
I'm going to change sides. I'm not going to change around and show you my bottom, basically. It's not exactly my best feature. The best feature is actually when I've left the door closed, so I'm not there. Yeah, I can channel like a little monkey. Oh, you can't see the timer. I've knocked it. Sorry about that, everybody. Right. That'll throw me off when I'm actually doing the cutting of the video. "15 seconds. So if you want to rest, rest. Rub the muscle a little bit. That warm pain you're feeling is lactic acid building up in the muscle. That's what really does actually break down the muscle and actually allows it to grow.
2, 1. Change exercise.
Because you really are using your energy system there. Right, we're going to come out of, what's 8? What if I might just missed one? Straight leg deadlifts. Did I miss that last time?
3, 2, 1.
I did.
Exercise 8.
Right, straight leg deadlifts. We'll just pause it for a second. Yes, I have messed up again. I can't believe I've messed up so many times this time. I'm really sorry about that, everyone. Right, we're going to go back to change of the exercise. Wait up. Why is that not working out? We're on exercise 8 now, aren't we? I'm not sure what's going on at the moment, but we'll go to circular good mornings then. Let's go to that one. Okay, so we'll go for another...
Change exercise.
Right, so we'll wait, and then we'll do number 8. I don't know what's going on at the moment. It doesn't seem to be working very well. I've got 10 exercises on there, 10 exercises down there. Wasn't working.
3.
Right, so circular good mornings.
Exercise 8.
I'm going to go around, and up, and then down. What I might do now is actually just omit the deadlifts. If you want to do them, you can do them. Otherwise, it'll just mess with the exercise we've just done. I am really sorry about that. Well, they said they come in 3s, or is that 5 for me? I'm not sure. 3, 2, 1.
Change exercise.
Right, so it is actually the exercise show that goes wrong. Right, we're going to do... Oh no, we are. We have missed one. Right, we'll do the reverse plank leg lift, and then we'll do the deadlifts. Sorry about that.
2, 1.
I must... I set it wrong when I was doing the... changing over the exercises. So I will explain it in a moment. Taking that bottom up, remember? Keep those legs as straight as possible. Don't have to keep them fully straight, just don't have them kinked up. Don't want to knee yourself in the face. It'll be fun to see you actually try and elbow yourself in the face in this position.
3,
2, 1.
Change
Right, it's a
exercise.
deadlift. I'm going to use the bar. You can use weights. What you need to do is follow your legs down, hips back. So I'm going to go, follow it down, leg, bottom goes back, then you bend over. You're not squatting down, you're just getting your hips back, and then following your legs down.
Exercise 10.
Really pulling that glutes in tight as you come back up to the top. So we're working the small of your back. That's the difference between a deadlift and a squat. So with dumbbells, just follow them down. I use my thumb on my shin, on my legs. You notice I'm actually just going, I'm following my thumb, just following my legs down. You don't ramp off the top and go forward, that'll put extra strain in your back. You really don't want that.
3, 2, 1. Water break.
Right, water break. Okay. So I don't know how I'm going to fit that into the chapter section, but I'll try my best. Again, I'm sorry. I have messed up. Let's just get on with it then, shall we? We've got one time through still. Just over a minute. Again, it wouldn't be me if I didn't mess up a little bit. Half the fun. Right, so, how's everyone's legs feeling? Are you feeling alright? I really enjoyed those deadlifts just then actually. I feel that they really do support my back, especially if you're trying to keep your back straight. So you look up and out and down as you're going down. So you're not going down into a squat, you go down to a half squat and then you hinge at the hips. So then push with the legs and then come up with the back. So it's still a leg push exercise, but then you bring your back into it afterwards. So it really does work the hamstrings and the lower back. It's really good. Right, so bodyweight squats. Let's get it right this time.
3, 2, 1. Exercise.
Excellent, bodyweight squats. Good. 10 seconds.
3,
2, 1.
change
Excellent,
exercise.
good. Reverse leg twist. That's reverse lunging twists. If you're starting to get lightheaded, stand up, a few deep breaths, and get back into it as soon as you can.
3, 2, 1.
Remember to twist in the direction the arm, the leg is at the front. So pink for me, green, pink, green. Excellent, 10 seconds left. Keep it going.
3, 2, 1. Change exercise.
Wonderful, right. Straight leg deadlifts. Oh, this is straight leg deadlifts, not deadlifts. I've even been doing the wrong exercise. Right. So, I've got my weight. We're just going to go down
3,
and we're going to come back up again.
1.
Just like we did last time. Just to do the deadlift. Up and back again. We're not going to hit the weights to the floor. A proper deadlift is you go down, you hit the floor with the weight, not hard. Stop it and then come back up. That just stops momentum. Ten seconds.
3, 2, 1. Change exercise.
Brilliant, right. So deadlift it down to the weight. If you've got a heavy weight, always deadlift it up and down. Right, so we've got squatted side steps.
Three, 2.
It's fine, all good.
Exercise 4.
Excellent, squatted. Thank you for that. So I'm going to turn slightly that way so you can see that I'm actually squatting back. But I wouldn't do this yourself. It does actually put extra pressure on your knees because you're actually going slightly backwards. You end up twisting slightly. You don't want to do that.
Three,
2, 1. Brilliant. Right, we're going to go to the bands now. So exercise 5, yeah. Wanted to make sure. I'm going to go back to this one because I'm finding this one a lot more entertaining. And that's the word for it, entertaining. Than the other.
3, 2, 1.
So, glute kickbacks.
Exercise 5.
Keep those glutes nice and tight if possible. Keep those legs nice and straight. Try not to bend your leg and kick up because the band will run up your calf. Then you know you're actually slightly cheating. Now what you can do is hold it at the back, 2, 3 and down. See the difference of that one? You ready? And up and hold. 1, 2, 3 and down. Keep it bouncing now.
3, 2, 1.
I'm
Change
going to go with the other
exercise.
leg as well. So we'll do 2 holds as well, randomly through that for 3 seconds. You can see how effective that is, just holding it with the band tight.
3,
2, 1, and let's go.
Exercise 6.
So again, I've gone back to keeping the band as tight as possible. If you have ankle cuffs, which are the Velcro ones which go around with a little metal ring, you can slide bands through that so you can wear the rings at all times and hold it and back to bouncing. I find that a lot easier because a lot of the time you can actually use little carabiners to actually clip on, clip off. Got to be careful that you don't snag your band and bite into it. Hold it. Last 3 seconds.
Change
And back.
exercise.
Right, let's go to lateral leg lifts. So we're going to go out to the side. This one is a little bit harder for me with this one because it doesn't get tight until about it, so it gets slack there. I want to be coming back to there.
3.
So you've got to be careful not to try and momentum it up.
Exercise 7.
So still try and get nice, even motion all the way through. We're not going to hold it out that way because this is a lot harder exercise. You can do it if you want, if you really, really want to. Like 1, 2 and down. See how hard that is. 10 seconds. Whew. 3,
3.
2, 1, and change sides.
Change exercise.
Well, the birds are loud today.
3, 2, 1.
And let's go, that's the side.
Exercise 8.
I'm going to try and keep it as tight as possible. And just hold it for those 2 seconds, and back. There we go, that's the other one we're going to do, because we've only done one on the leg. Don't want to uneven it, do we? So if you can see, you can actually do this quite effectively, probably in 20 seconds each leg. So if you have in front of you, the chair in front of you, you can just swap. It's not so bad. But I really wanted to challenge you. 3, 2, 1.
Change exercise.
Brilliant, right. Last 2 exercises. Bands off. Circular good mornings. We'll really need to stretch those legs. Are you feeling a bit tired on the hips now?
2.
Hope so.
Exercise 9.
Circular round. Bottom out to the back. Figure of 7. You've got to try and look like a figure of 7. So when you go down, your bottom goes backwards slightly. So you're trying to keep the centre of gravity in between your feet. If you find your toes kicking up, your weight's too far back. If you actually feel the pressure going through your toes a lot more, your weight's too far forward. To try, stop there, lean forward and back and try and find where the centre of gravity is best for you.
Three,
2, 1.
Change exercise.
Brilliant, right. Last exercise, and we'll do it with the box this time. So I'm following those people who want to do it with the box. You put your shoulder blades on, push your glutes up. Actually, that chair will be in the way.
3, 2, 1. Exercise
And kick
10.
up. This actually is a lot harder. The lower you're out to the ground, the harder it's going to be. Because you've got more weight pulling down in your hamstrings as you kick up. So doing it in your hands. If you had a box like this, you could put, if you've got bad wrists, you could put your hands on the side like that. And because you're higher up, it's actually a little bit easier. Also, it's not as painful on the wrists because you're not actually flattening your hands out.
3,
2, 1.
Cool down.
Brilliant, cool down time. Oh, I hope you lot are as hot and sweaty as I am. Not a pleasant thought. But let's get those hamstrings stretched. Wait for the blood to get back to your head a minute. Got to, because you've been up and down, been working your legs. Heart rate's probably quite high. Because you've been working the biggest set of muscles in your body, the thighs. They should feel really nice and tight right about now. So what I'm going to do is going to stand just slightly wider than shoulder width apart. Knees straight, sorry, legs straight, but not locked out. So a little bit of a bend. Follow your hands down to your toes. Try and feel those hamstrings pulling up the back. look down towards the floor, and we're going to move those feet in a little bit. Keep those legs straight at all times, or straight as possible. Move it in. If you can't get down to your toes, doesn't matter. Just keep going down as far as you can. And closer. We should almost be feet together now. And feet together. This is where it really pulls on the back of your legs. Right, what we're going to do is we're going to bring our feet a little bit further out again, shoulder width apart. We're going to pull one foot up, hand underneath the foot, pull up, really feel underneath your calf. Try not to bend your knee, try and keep it straight. Because you're also stretching your hamstring as well. As your hamstring attaches halfway down your calf, all the way over your bottom at the top of your hips. So if you bend your leg, it takes your hamstring out of the equation and doesn't stretch the part which you really need to stretch. Let's change over. This feels really, really painful, but really good at the same time on this leg. The reason I actually ask you to grab underneath your foot is just to check for chewing gum. No, it's not. It's just about so you can actually help assist keep your foot engaged to engage your calf at the back. Very similar to putting your foot on the step and then letting your heel drop down. But you don't always have a step, but you always have a hand. Well, unless you've had a very unfortunate accident, unfortunately. Sorry about that. And down. Right, let's come back up nice and slowly. Don't come up too fast. I don't want you to get dizzy. So what we're going to do is we're going to go into a nice long lunge sideways. One foot facing the 45-degree angle, other foot facing the camera or the TV screen or whatever. And you're going to push in the same direction as that foot. You can really feel the pull on the inner thigh. I'm leaning over ever so slightly because that helps me with my centre of gravity. I'm putting my elbow just behind my knee. You can stand upright if you want. I find it easier like that. But whichever you find easier. Let's change to the side, so I'm going to come up a little bit, point that foot forward, point this foot 45-degree angle, and follow it again. Watch where your knee goes. If your foot's slightly out, just realign it. So it actually is in line with your knee. Because I see a lot of people when they actually do this stretch, the foot is at a way different angle to the knee and it puts extra stress on your knee joint. Three, two, one. What we're going to do now is we're going to come back up again. It's just nice long stance. Going to twist. So both feet are facing the same direction. Try and get that foot, if you can get that heel on the ground, you can do. You don't have to, but try and force it in. And what we're going to do is we're going to come down into a lunge, push forward. So push that heel back as far, it will come up now. Clench your bottom so the pelvis goes into posterior tilt, so the top goes backwards. Push forward, really feel that hinge in your hip.
2, 1. Your timer is complete.
Just going to do another stretch, we'll do the other side. 3, 2, 1. Turn round. Feels quite jazzy that one, doesn't it? Spin around like that. Remember to clench your bottom. If this front foot is far enough out, your knee shouldn't be going over your toes. I find that's actually more effective also with getting the glute to stretch as well. 3, 2, 1, and that's everything. Thank you very much for bearing with me, especially with all the mistakes and the upsets. But I think we had a really good exercise session. I think that was a really good workout, if you can get it in order. So I will see you with a pre-recorded episode on Wednesday, and then back for a live one on Friday. I'm away at weekend, because that's my birthday too. I'm going to Fleetwood, I'm going to go swimming in the sea. I'm back again on the Monday after that. So hopefully you'll have a good time, and I'll see you recorded on Wednesday and live on Friday. Thank you very much, everyone. Yes, the bandit ones were tough. Right, so see you all later. I'm going to go straight to the Just Giving page. So people who haven't donated, please consider donating to my charity event of I need to swim a mile in Windermere. Got a new suit from my mum and dad for my birthday, which is nice to wear. It's not a wetsuit, but it'll do. So if you want to donate, please consider donating. If you've already donated or you don't want to donate, please consider sharing so we can actually get the good message out. Thank you, everyone. Take care, everyone. Bye for now.